यहाँ पे
अरे रोल मतलब कैमरा
मतलब-
रोल करते रहो यार।
ओ सुशील भी आया, सुशील भी आया, सुशील भी आया।
वो रिकॉर्ड किया ना तूने ये चीज।
हाँ
चलो आ जाओ, क्या कर रहे हो?
वहाँ घर में है ले। आ रहा है, रुक जाओ बस ठीक है। उन्होंने बेटे का आपको ये माइक
लगाइए साहब। चलिए बैठिए। रोलिंग
तीनों कैमरा दिख यार।
चलिए जनाब, पूछिए।
So, sir, starting from your past, what was the like? You were a doctor. You practiced your surgery, your degree in UK. So, what was the turning point when you entered in politics? Like, वैसा कोई ठोस reason कि आप politics में आ गए अपने डॉक्टर का करियर छोड़?
First of all, I was then a student
Yes.
studying in the 12th class, and my father was arrested in 53. So I went around as a student to speak to people, and I was arrested with two friends of mine. That was the start of it. And 1 month I spent in the jail. And they released me because I was a student. So they asked me to. My father said, you have to study. So study and get on with your studies and for the present leave these things. So I started my studies. Went to medical college. Medical college, I went to England. Then I was 12 years in England. Practiced. I came here when my father in 75 took over. And I realized my father was getting old and that he needed assistance where people would tell him the truth. My father was a very tough man and people were afraid to tell him the truth. So I used to tell him that this is happening, but many wouldn't tell him. Then I realized I should go back, tell my wife, since my wife was an English lady, and my children, that we have to come back, that my father needs help at Twitter. It was a big decision. She came home. That was the start of it.
Okay. So I have just another follow up इसी same question का. So 1953 में जब your father was arrested for 11 years, so उनको life 11 yes sir.
That's 13.
So my bad, 13 years. So कहीं ना कहीं सर आपने कई बार ये स्टेट किया है कि योर फादर वाज वेरी डेडिकेटेड टुवर्ड्स जेएनके की जो हमारी उस टाइम की प्रिंसली स्टेट थी. बहुत काम किया उन्होंने उसके लिए, पर उनको एट द एंड प्राइम मिनिस्टर से हटा के 1953 में जेल में भेज दिया गया था 13 इयर्स के लिए. तो सर कहीं ना कहीं डिड दिस बिल्ड एनी form of resentment in you against the system?
You see, this system is such that there are a lot of people who create situations. There are people in Delhi who always spread falsehood about the state. Always the information given to them was false. And literally that's what happened. They put the thing that Sheikh Abdullah is talking of independent Kashmir. That American is an American agent. Because Stevenson, who used to be the presidential candidate of America, was friend of Jawaharlal Nehru. And Nehru asked my father that his friend is coming, please take care of him. So when Stevenson came to Kashmir, he was state guest. And then my father invited him to a dinner. When he had to fly back to Delhi, those days we didn't have jets. We used to have those DC-3s, which wouldn't climb over a certain height. And if weather on Banihal was bad, they would never be able to come or cross. So when Stevenson had to go back. He went to the airport, and this Air Force aircraft, they said, "Sir, we can't take you because the Panihal Pass is closed. So we'll wait till the Panihal Pass opens and then we can cross." My father said to him, "Well, why are you staying at the airport? Come and sit here, have your tea or lunch here, and then when the pass clears, you go."
Yes.
So our enemies prepared this thing that, oh, Stevenson came back and this happened and that. There was no truth in it. But they had to create a situation like Farooq Abdullah. When I was dismissed, what was the charge against me? That I'm a Khalistani, that I'm a Pakistani, that I'm an agent of America. That's what the charge they had in with us for. Because I'd met Bindrawala. It was not I who went to Bindrawala. It was Bindrawala who, when I went to Golden Temple to pay my respects at that place. And the Kalis were there and Bindrawala was there. So I met the Kalis also, I met Bindrawala also. But charge were put.
Just only because you met
Yeah,
them.
this is what happens. This is what happened. But I had never had bitterness. I knew truth will come one day. And they realized in 64 the truth came out. They couldn't prove anything.
So talking about 1984, like it was the major first drawback to you from your political career. It was a hit on your political career. So did you saw it forthcoming, and like how did you cope up with it? Like try to fix it?
You see, Mrs. Gandhi got defeated.
Yes, sir.
She spent 9 days in the state. And people didn't vote for her. So when that happened, they thought Farooq Abdullah is the one who had stopped the rally of hers, and that rally which had to take place, people were stopped from coming. Why should I stop people from coming? Why? But that was what given to her. One fellow became naked somewhere in the corner. Nobody could see it.
Yes.
But it was reported to her. She thought, I did it. And the same man in the next election was given the mandate by Congress. So you can imagine the things, their way of thinking. So I knew this will end. And that the conspirators were inside. My own brother-in-law and the others, 14 people who and Jagmohan, with what Delhi had asked him to do. I told him it has to go to the assembly. It should be decided in the assembly. If I don't have majority in the assembly, fine. But they knew in assembly they wouldn't win. So they thought they will do this at the Raj Bhavan. And Jagmohan said, please, if you resign now, I won't give the government to them. I said, no. I'll go back, I'll talk to my ministers. And I wrote to them that this is not on. That's what happened.
So, also, you mentioned that your father was a very tough man. And so, in your biography, Kashmir's Prodigal Son, it has been mentioned that your mother was like totally, I would say, a contrast image of her and was very much on the softer side. So,
Softer side, she was a mother.
yes,
Mother who knew religion very well. And she was to us both mother and father, because father either used to be on tours or in jails.
yes,
Maharaj. So mother was all that we had.
So, sir, did you ever feel like कि it would have been better if your father gave you more time thoda sa to have a perfect blend of it, or
I was happy when my father was in jail because I was free.
you were free?
Otherwise, when my father was out, how dare we do anything? To be at home, and if we did any mistake, we used to tell mother, please don't tell father.
So basically, sir, that's
That father will be hard on us. So we basically get into bed.
yes. Sir. So basically, that's like a kid hoping that his father doesn't catch him doing the mischiefs.
I got the maximum beating. Oh, for all the children, for my own mistakes. I was in the 10th class.
Yes, sir.
And I thought I've grown up, and I was putting a cigarette in my mouth. And my father saw this. So he took one of these sticks from the tree. He gave me a hell of a beating. I have never smoked. That's why I'm healthy and better.
So what's the biggest?
I learned lesson. Like my servant, he was a 30 rupees servant a month.
Yes,
And I, in the house of the Prime Minister, We had stairs going down.
Yes.
I didn't know my father was there. So I said, Ullu ka patta. And like this, my hands touched like this and his cap fell. My father locked the door of the mother, took the parda ka danda, and gave me such a beating. Allah. Right from here to the gate that you came through,
Yes, sir.
he dragged me beating. And from there, with nose bleeding, everything, he dragged me to his feet and said he has not come here to sell his mother and father's honor. Put this cap back on his head. I have never treated servant in another way other than equal. He's as equal as I am. These are things I learned. And I learned the way that one should be.
Yes, sir. So now, how is the relationship with your son? Like the same way as a father, or you are a bit softer?
I've never beaten my son because he didn't do anything like that.
Yes, sir. So you were on the
So I
server.
went to school outside.
Yes, sir.
He became self person. When he went to school before, he went at home, he wouldn't eat. नहीं ये ठीक नहीं है, वो ठीक नहीं है, इधर नहीं है, उधर नहीं है. Once he went to the boarding school, when he used to come home, he would even eat stone because boarding school foods are not that good.
Yes, sir.
So, and he made friends who are his friends even today.
Yes, sir. So, like, you practiced your MBBS degree in UK. So, how was the life there? Like, the difference? Like, you were in Kashmir.
One of the big differences is that you are free.
Okay.
You were able to work, nobody interfered in your work, and you served the patient as well as you could. And then you had a family life, wife and children. So you were much freer. Here you're not free.
Yes.
You know, all the bindings on you. There you be happy.
So, in your younger years, were you ever interested in cars or bikes or any other thing of that sort?
Because I used to ride cycle. He used to come to teach us. He used to have cycle. Those days there were no cars. So we used to be on Tonga. We had a very good Tonga in the horse. So I used to tell him, sir, you sit on the Tonga. I will cycle to the school. That was the only thing I used to do. And even as Prime Minister's children, we were not able to use the car. He brought us Macintosh to face the rain and things. And he cycled. So we used to cycle to the school.
Yes. Think like the first thing you bought with your own money, like, which is very close to you. Like, still.
First time in my life. How
Yes.
would I remember? I'm
Oh,
getting
that's
very
it.
old here. I won't
Sir-
remember what I liked the first time.
So, what was the last time when you rode a
I
bike?
went to England.
Yes, sir.
The first thing I bought was
Yes, sir.
a golf set because I love golf.
Yes, sir.
I bought a golf set and I bought a car.
Yes, sir.
And those days, cars were very cheap. Today, they are in thousands of pounds. Those days used to be 200 pounds or 400 pounds. I bought a car
Yes, sir.
and I had an Indian license. So in the Indian license, you could drive for 1 year.
Yes, sir.
But when you had to pass the test, you get the British license. So I went for this test, and I was driving very well. I failed the test. So when I failed the test, I asked him, why did I fail? He said, because you don't use mirror. You don't see. Before you pull out, you don't put indicator, and you don't see on the side mirror whether there is any car coming or anything coming. So your use of mirrors is zero. As today in the year, people don't use mirror.
People do not.
They just comb with that mirror.
Yeah.
So I failed.
Yes, sir.
And when I failed, I swear to you, I said, if this man comes to the hospital, and I will take out his appendix and everything that I can, I swear to you. I first say that I can drive so well,
Yes, sir.
but I was making mistakes. And then I took 2 lessons.
Yes, sir.
He told me how to use the mirrors. Next time I went, I passed.
Yes, sir. So, your favorite car? Your favorite car?
Any car.
Any car.
I am not
Like-
one of those kids. मुझे मर्सिडीज होनी चाहिए, मुझे कैडलैक होनी चाहिए।
यस सर।
गाड़ी होनी चाहिए, चल सकते, चलती का नाम गाड़ी, बस।
सर जैसे हमारे जो चीफ मिनिस्टर उमर अब्दुल्ला जी, वो मैंने देखा है उनको गाड़ी खुद चलाना बहुत पसंद है।
मैं खुद चलाता था।
आप? यस सर।
Even as chief minister, I used to drive my own car. I went everywhere in the world, wherever I went. I drove my own car. Hired a car. I went to South America, and the ambassador said I was those as member of parliament. He said I went to Peru and drove about 4,500 kilometers, not knowing their language, not knowing anything. So there is a big place there called Machu Picchu,
यस सर।
the old civilization. I wanted to see that. So when I hired the car and said, Dr. Saab, we don't speak the language. How will you manage? I said, I'll manage. So I managed. I went to Chile. There also I drove right from top to the bottom. I saw the nation. I saw the people. That's how you know people.
So one question, आपको पूरे I'm sure you have like visited a lot of countries, sir. Personally, I'm sure you have visited a lot of countries. So आपकी favorite destination क्या है?
अपना घर.
Sir,
सर इसी में एक ऐड ऑन करूँ मैं।
I've seen so much.
यस सर।
All the places, whether it's Switzerland, whether it's Europe,
यस सर।
whether it's Russia, whether it's China, all the Arab world, Africa, America, South America, Canada.
यस सर।
Finally, home is the best.
सर इसी में अगर ऐड ऑन करूँ, आपको ज़्यादा पसंद कौन सा, ये वाला घर या गुप्का रोड वाला?
मुझे कोई भी परवाह नहीं इसकी, घर होना चाहिए,
यस
आराम से इंसान सो सके, आराम से उठ सके।
यस सर।
That is good enough. घर तो घर है।
बहुत
yes. So one question I wanted to ask. So we recently witnessed अक्टूबर में कि काफ़ी ज़्यादा जम्मू कश्मीर असेंबली में 370 एंड स्टेटहुड को लेके काफ़ी ज़्यादा बातचीत हुई थी एंड काफ़ी ज़्यादा वी विटनेस्ड बेसिकली रायट बीइंग हेल्ड. तो सर आपका उसमें क्या ओपिनियन था व्हेन यू वर जस्ट वाचिंग इट? तो हाउ डू यू थिंक इट वाज बेसिकली क्या रिप्रेजेंटेशन आ रही थी हमारी यूटी के उस टाइम पे नेशनल टीवी पे?
You see what is happening to this nation today.
Yes, sir.
We are being divided on Hindu-Muslim
Yes, sir.
basis. This was not the India that I joined.
Yes, sir.
I joined an India where we all are equal. How does it matter whether you speak Tamil, you speak Bengali, you speak Marathi, or you speak Hindi, whatever you speak, or what religion you have? How does it matter?
Yes, sir.
We're all part of this nation. But the way things are today, they're tragic. Today, we don't feel safe. The truth is, we don't feel safe. We feel safer in our home, yes, because we know we are in majority.
Yes.
But when you go out to any other place, you don't feel safe. You don't know. We'll put a knife into you. What has happened to our nation? Where are we going? This is why there was C70. Now today, you are young people.
यस सर।
Where are your jobs? Where will you go with all your training? That is why you had that satisfaction that you would have a job here. Today, they had to appoint a person. They didn't appoint a person from here. They want a man from Kerala. Are people in Jammu so stupid that they don't have a person who would be able to run this thing? How did they run the state for so many years? All the secretaries, most of them were from Jammu and Kashmir.
Yes.
How did they run this? All your officers from here. Today your DCs are from outside. Your SPs are from outside. Don't you realize that where will we go? Can our person get a job in Haryana or in Punjab or in any of the states in the country? If you go to any area, they say, can you speak our language?
Yeah.
The first condition they have
The language.
is the language. If you can't speak their language, they don't want you. So that is where protection was. It was not for Kashmiris. It was for Jammu. Maharaja, when he brought in 1947, what did he do? We were surrounded by Punjab. They were rich. They were educated. People at Jammu were not educated.
Yes, sir.
They only went into the army as soldiers. But they were not educated. There were hardly any doctors, engineers, and other things. There were hardly any. So he said to protect these people's jobs, he had to do this thing so that we could save his own people. But not us. But everybody thought,
Yes,
oh, this is only for Kashmiris. Now today you are dying. Your lands are going. Your jobs are going. Even your contracts. The contractors are all from outside. Even the persons who are working on those jobs are from outside. Where is Jammu person going to go? There are so many power projects going on. Who are working on them? Who are contractors? This is where the safety was. अभी शराब के वो आए थे ये सब दुकानें थी यहाँ. Overnight they were thrown out, and one man who probably has the major things in the rest of the country,
yes, sir.
he took all the shops over. Where are those people going to go? Who are owning them? Who is to work for them? This is the loss that state has suffered. We don't realize. Yet when it was done, people were distributing laddus and beating drums. Now they realize. And their children are now on the road having heroin and all other because they can't face their parents.
Yes, sir.
This is where we are. There is nothing else. We are part of India. We're not part of Pakistan or China or the other.
Yes, sir.
We're part of India. But these were safeguards that was kept for the state because it was one corner of the country. That's why it was there.
Talking about that day, 5th August 2019. Like, what was your initial thought, the initial reaction?
I was happy.
You were happy?
They were arrested me.
Yes,
I
sir.
was able to read my Quran,
Yes, sir.
read many of the translations of it
Yes, sir.
in various ways. I was quite happy that they have done well. They will realize the mistake one day.
So basically you are saying
In fact,
you were having your own freedom and you were basically home in prison.
I lost the freedom. That's true. I lost it because I don't like staying in one place.
Yes, sir.
I really miss the freedom.
We saw you in Chandimat. Those
I roam around.
Yeah.
I'm a free man. I'm not a close person.
Yes, sir. So one question that I have. So last month we witnessed the demise of Shri Manmohan Singh ji. And so my question is ki, what do you think of him as a prime minister and as a finance minister? Sir, आपका क्या opinion है इन दो topics पे?
See, I worked with Manmohan Singh ji as his Minister for Renewable Energy.
Yes, sir.
He was a humble man, honest man, and a straight man. Talk straight.
Yes, sir.
If you were wrong, he used to tell you. Not to bring you down before people. He used to call you, Farooq, here you are wrong. Please do like this. And he is the man. If there is anyone who is a champion of opening Indian economy,
Yes, sir.
that's Manmohan Singh. With the help first of Rajiv Gandhi, then the Prime Minister who came in was Narasimha Rao. Then, when he himself became Prime Minister, he opened. Otherwise, this was a barrage of bureaucrats. They used to decide which industry will come. How did China beat us? Because China opened itself to all the American technology. Because labor was cheap.
Yes, sir.
So all of them ran to China. So China did one thing. It bought their technology. And on top of that technology, they started growing up and up economically.
Yes, sir.
And their technology today is the world's topmost technology. They have grown from that technology. Today, if there is a house on the top in the sky, either of Americans or the Chinese, not anybody else, because they got the technology from Americans and used it for themselves. Had we done the same, today we would have also been economically high. Today, 70% we buy from China.
Yes, sir.
Even your medicines, the ingredients of the medicines are bought from China. हमने किया क्या? And then our industrialists have all run away. They're now in Dubai or somewhere else because of these ED, PD, this thing and that thing. They say, what for are we here? Whereas in Dubai, the policy is you earn as much as you like, but what is share of the government you pay. So if you pay that, we have no trouble. But यहाँ ने किया ही, यहाँ इनको भरोसा ही नहीं कि लोग ईमानदारी से देंगे. So that's the problem with us.
सर आज से 10-12 साल पहले वाला जम्मू कश्मीर और आज का जम्मू कश्मीर अगर आपके नज़रिए से देख रहे हो लाइक
मैंने
सेफ टूरिज्म भाई यस सर
आप उस स्टेटमेंट को देखिए
जी
जो राज्यसभा में गुलाम नबी आज़ाद ने किया as leader of opposition. He compared two states.
Yes.
He compared Gujarat and Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir was higher than Gujarat in every. He gave figures. But today, if you compare that thing, we have gone down. In every way, we have gone down. Since before this.
So further, move on करते हुए, so थोड़ा सा what is like one incident, yes sir,
Oh. Honest समझ करना है इसलिए मैं सुन नहीं सकता.
और
फरमाइए.
yes sir. So one incident आपकी personal life का जिसने basically made you feel helpless. कभी ना कभी कोई incident ऐसा हुआ होगा जिसकी वजह से you probably were emotionally काफी ज़्यादा you were feeling burdened. So what was that one particular incident which basically shifted your perception?
I don't think I ever went through such a phase that I felt helpless.
So you have never been shaken?
I have always believed in the Lord,
Yes sir.
that He is the Master. And that He, if you follow His path, you will have problems. There's no question He will not have problems. Because He's testing you all the time. He says so in our book,
Yes sir.
that I'm going to test you and see how strong you are as far as I'm concerned. So it never comes. Perhaps I used to feel down, like normal people feel. But next day I used to be up again. So that's how one should be. Zindagi mein straight line kabhi nahi aayi. That means you're dead. If you see the, ECG,
yes sir
if it becomes straight, then you're dead. Or when it goes up and down, that's what life is. It's up and down also. You have to face when you're up, you have to face when you're down. Some of us are not able to face when you're down. That is our bread.
yes
Yes.
सर टॉकिंग ऑफ रीसेंट टाइम्स ओमर अब्दुल्ला जी ने एक स्टेटमेंट दी थी अबाउट द इंडिया अलायंस लाइक दे डोंट हैव एन एजेंडा एंड लाइक नेक्स्ट आपकी एक कॉन्ट्रडिक्ट आपकी अलग स्टेटमेंट आई थी उनसे लाइक इज ही ड्राइविंग अवे फ्रॉम द अलायंस
As far as alliance is concerned,
यस सर
it is not alliance only as Congress said,
यस सर
alliance for elections.
यस सर
It is alliance for protection of the Constitution of India,
यस सर
for the goodwill of India, for the goodness of India.
यस सर
If it is only for election, then the alliance doesn't exist. But the actual fact is that if today in the parliament you are fighting, what are you fighting for? That the alliance protects the Constitution of India. That Constitution of India is the one thing that you have to get on with. They want to abolish the Constitution. As they said, one of their leaders said that India has become independent only 2014. What did he mean? Because they never supported India's independence. They were part of the British. Yes. They told British, we don't want you to go. These people are, Gandhi and others are mad. They will never go. So what are they talking about? This they don't tell the people because they have bought the media. Today media is not there to tell you the truth. Media lies every day, morning, noon and night. I don't put my television on.
Yes.
What for? I know it will be nothing but lies. Our dollar relation with Indian currency is going down. Anything that is coming from foreign land is so expensive. And now with Trump coming in, he's going to put tariff on everything we send and everything we buy. And maximum goods that we buy for our defense are from America. 100% he says, I'm going to charge. So where are we going to go? Why are we not making ourselves, हम कहते हैं ना, India, buy Indian. But you're buying Chinese. Even the damn needle, that is from China. So what do we say?
So one question, सर अगर आपको अपना पूरा पॉलिटिकल कैरियर आपको सम अप करना हो एक वर्ड में, तो सर हाउ वुड यू सम इट अप?
It's been a journey of ups and downs. Many ups, many downs. I have struggled and I'll continue to struggle. And that is what gives my life hope to live. If there was no struggle, there would be no life. So one struggles.
Yes,
But I love the life. I love meeting people, talking to them, listening to them,
yes,
understanding them. They try to understand me. And above all, I love music. Yes, that keeps me happy. And I feel quite happy. Some people say, why does Farooq Abdullah dance? I say, I dance because I want to dance. Oh, who are you to tell me what to do? They say, hi, Farooq Abdullah, तभी मैं नाचता है, 90 साल का हो। अरे यार मैं तो कमर पर जाने से पहले भी नाचूंगा। यहाँ लोग जो है ना, more criticism rather than healthy criticism. It's always the wrong criticism. ये क्यों ये करता है, देखो वो, अरे तो मेरे बाप हो क्या? What I want to do, I'll do. So long as I'm within those boundaries that are meant for people. Don't cross those boundaries. जो आसमान रेखा है उसको उसपे उसके अंदर रहना। हो गया? चलिए मुबारक हो आप सबको। God bless you. Remember, your life is going to be tough. Just remember this. But only you will succeed if you have the courage to fight and that you believe in God. There is no power stronger than Him. Never bow your head before how mighty He might be. Only bow your head before God. The day you start bowing head to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, you're not worth it. You're not worth it. Because if you believe in something, stand by that. Don't fluctuate this way and that. ये है, वो नहीं. That is, and be just. Be mild, so be just. So, whoever it is before. You know when a patient comes to the doctor, does he say, who are you? What is your religion? He tries to own you. The first thing my professor told me in medical college, God bless his soul, he said, ये मशीन मत लगाओ, हाथ से मत लगाओ पेशेंट को, पहले उसका दिल जीतने पूछो, बाबा आपका क्या हाल है, कहाँ रहती हो, कैसे हैं, घर में कैसे हैं, कितने हैं, औरत होगी उससे पूछे, आपकी कैसी तबीयत है, कहाँ है, आपके खामन क्या करते हैं, बच्चे क्या करते हैं. So उसको ये लगा कि नहीं, ये तो मेरा दोस्त है, मेरा हमदर्द है. हम सीधे करते हैं, ओ क्या है तेरा, तू आया, पहले उसको बैठ जाता. अगर डॉक्टर ने मेरे साथ ऐसी बात की तो मेरा इलाज क्या करेगा. Stay, be humble and try to listen. हम लोग आजकल listen नहीं करते, लोग बस बोलते हैं और दूसरे को सुनने में भगवान. लेकिन मैं खुद ये करता हूँ, जब सुनता हूँ यार बस हो गया, बस अंडरस्टैंड किड्स, मतलब एक होता है, दूसरे मतलब से जनाब मैं सलाम करने आया, अरे यार सही बात बोल यार, तेरी दरखास्त है जेब में, निकाल भाई, नहीं जनाब मैं सलाम करने आया हूँ। सलाम कहाँ है? पहले ही कहता है मैं सलाम करने आया हूँ, फिर सलाम करूँगा। That is it. I wish you well.
Yes.
Because you are young. You have to build India. Build India for all. Loving India. Happy India. No one should be begging. When I see on the street people begging, I say, yaar, 75 years of independence. And we have not got rid of this poverty. Small kids who have to be in schools are begging. मैं कहता हूँ कभी ये भारत उठेगा या नहीं? कभी हम देखेंगे कि वो दिन आएगा कि भीख मांगने वाला नहीं, कब आएगा? चलिए अल्लाह के हवाले।
Thank you, sir. Thank
God
you,
bless
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir.
I
Thank
wish
you
you
so
best
much.
wishes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.